Look at the workers, look at the researchers on top of the academy. I'd like to think that as part of the story that we're telling, they're celebrating the fact that the academy is now fully upgraded. So, in between episodes, in between last episode and this episode, we've done the level 4 upgrade. And look at this, when we click on garbage, we have unlocked the ground scrubber. So excellent. All of that we did in between. There was no need of you sitting and waiting for that to take place. There's really nothing. I'm going to go ahead and click Fusion Power Plant just because we may need it. Um, all the other research projects have to deal with the mega tower except for the garbage atomizer, so we'll see, but that will all be things that take place in between episodes. But excellent, welcome back. This is what we were aiming for. This has been the whole purpose of this city, was getting the academy up and running and doing some research. And the big research project was the ground scrubber. So we we were originally going to be doing some ground scrubbing here, but the water is nice and clean, nice and clean. When we first started, if you go back to the very first episode that we were working on this city, there was a pretty sizable patch of ground pollution. But over time, ground pollution, if you're not adding more and more pollution to that area, it heals itself over time. Rain, trees, parks, and things of that nature. But we have got a wonderful little spot here for the ground scrubber. But in between episodes, just to bring everybody up to date and up to where we are, this is the third annex. I placed it here. Another solar power panel. I went ahead and I placed one more community college out there. I put some residents here and I put some residents here. One of the things that I was running into, and I'm glad it was happening, that I can kind of do it as a bit of a tutorial, my garbage dump, because of where it's located, and people were not showing up on a consistent basis to go to work. So people will leave their home every morning. They are basically unemployed. They have no job. They will flow through the street just like water, just like power, looking to fill open job vacancies. And what was happening was, as people were going down the street and going into the trade depot or going into this factory or that factory or this factory, by the time we were filtering down here, everybody was working. Nobody was left at the garbage dump. So by placing this here, when they leave to go to work, now it's a much shorter path. And the hope is that some of them will turn left and go right to the garbage dump. It's a very similar concept. Let's pause. The music is starting to drown me out. It's a very similar process to, you'll see when I do the academy, you'll notice that I will do the academy and I will surround the academy with high wealth residents. What I want to have happen is, I don't want high wealth here and, for example, the academy all the way over here. I want my high wealth residents, when they leave home and start looking for a place to go, yes, I do have some commercial locations, but this is a nice, easy commute. The simulation likes that. It will start to just flow people into this structure, which is why I have such a high number of high wealth employees. So that's why I do that. But wonderful. Yeah, welcome back. Let's get started. I'm excited. This is that first major project of many more to come. So at some point we need to start working on this city plot. But before we can place any people here, we've got to take care of not only the ground pollution, but the radiation fallout. So we're just kind of playing around with telling a story, and that story is let's do this in phases. Let's research the ground scrubber. Let's see how the ground scrubber works on a small scale before we work on it large scale. The ground scrubber needs control net. So let's look at the pollution first of all. See that? So what's going to happen is as this starts working, that should clear the pollution surrounding it. And I envision large scale large scale setup of ground scrubbers to take care of the radiation over there. First of all, we've got to hit play because the music is calming down. Then we've got to get our control net signal. Oh, look, some of these factories are going futuristic because the ground scrubber, we just placed it. Control net. See that? Here comes a wave of control net. We've got plenty of control net to go around. We need 3,750. We're producing more than double that. That was the second wave. Here comes the third wave. Let's speed up just a bit. Look, this is turning red because they're kind of panicking. There we go. Nice. And now that we've got control net, this goes from red back to the normal color. Scrubbing ground pollution. So now it's sucking up ground pollution and it will puff it out as air pollution. But the thing about air pollution is the wind is going to carry it in that direction. So wonderful. Wonderful. We should see at some point a puff. And it may not take that long because we just started and we're already halfway. Let's help it out a bit. There. It's full. There's your puff. Look at that. Might be too soon to see if it's made a difference. Yeah, too soon. But it's going to keep doing that. I wonder if we could fit another one. That might not. Now, it doesn't light up as if we would knock over a building. I have had it where it says it's not going to be harmful, but it is. Let's try it. Oh, wonderful. Nice. All right, we've got 2 air scrubbers. Now this one has to acquire control net. We're futurizing buildings. We've got plenty of control net. And then at some point, this area here should be free of ground pollution. Excellent. Excellent. I think the timing is going to be a bit off. This one is about ready. That one's halfway, so we should get 2 puffs. Even before we click to look, if you look at the ground around the factories, how dark some of the ground is, but then when you look here, look at that, it's already making a big difference. Wow, nice, excellent. So what's happening is the ground pollution is being turned into air pollution, and it's transforming the ground around the ground scrubbers. Wonderful, wonderful, excellent. And it's a nice area that it affects. So it's not right at the ground scrubbers. It's a pretty wide area. Wonderful. Look at that. So this city, if you remember, that's what we were trying to do is we were trying to do it over here, but nevertheless, we accomplished research, ground scrubbers, control net, all part of our story of we're trying to get to the point where we get rid of the radiation and ground pollution over there. So wonderful. Well, and you know what? For a city that we just kind of we had to make some changes more so than other cities, I feel like. Because typically when we start out with a city, we know where the roundabout is going to be. This roundabout showed up several episodes into the city. So excellent. I have more research. We're closing in on fusion power plant. I would like to get, I think just to be able to say that we did it, I'd like to get all of the research complete. But really, for what I want, I needed the amplifiers, I needed control net, Skybridge, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I just wanted that water power maybe for future use. But so that's going to take place offline, in between episodes, in between edits. But we have got to continue on. So now what I'm thinking, this region is active geologically. This region has had issues with meteor strikes. And the concern is that the radiation is going to lead to some changes in behavior, namely zombies. so, so what I want to do is in past seasons and past cities, we have done Omega, and we've treated Omega as something that the people like, but it's dirty. In this region, in this story that we're telling, let's pretend that Omega is actually something that, if you take Omega, it helps. It may not completely keep it from happening, but it helps with keeping people from succumbing to the radiation and becoming zombies. And if that's the case, if Omega is used for those purposes, I want to try. I want an Omega. I want a city with Omega that, unlike other cities, is not this dirty. You know, when we do Omega, we just do. Let's just get a bunch of Omega, and it has a very industrial look. I want I want it to not look that way. I think I want an area that's flat. I think this one. This has water around it. This has water. I want to save those for something else. I think this one, we need to send funds to it. I want a flat area. Now the hope is we only have, it's not a 16 city region. We should be able to have a connection everywhere. Let's hope. Gift and good. Let's send. All right. Now, water. Where is water? We don't have much water. Oh, I wonder if we could get some roads up there and maybe get some. Are those in the mount? That's in the mountains. Huh. All right. Wind. Where is the wind blowing? Wind is blowing in that direction. We got our simoleon gift. Let's take care of. Let's do this. Let's purchase, especially water. Power. Let's buy power. Let's buy water. I really want water from there. Let's send sewage. Now we can send sewage. Let's reset. Wait. There. Let's send sewage. Right. We're going to buy control net. I think that's all we need. How do we want to do this? So let's do this. so I can see. Dirty is in this direction. I want a city. I don't want it to look like your typical Omega. We may not produce as much Omega, but I just want something that has a slightly different look to it. I'm going to get the outline and then I'll figure out how to connect it. I need straight lines. Let's do this so that the guides will give me straight lines. There. Just want to see something. I can get rid of this. Okay, that. I want to place, I just want to get an idea of, let's do that. Okay, big park, footprint. Yep, there it is. All right. Maybe some of this goes into the mountain. No, I want it in the mountain. Oops. Let's do it from this direction. About 18,000 simoleons. So if I can get, so I need this to be about 18,000. Oh, but it's not going to work that way because of the tunnel. We'll just have to eyeball it because the tunnel adds to the cost. I'm not going to have the guides because I kind of want to do this at an angle. Those are not unlocked yet. I'm trying to think of the footprint. Let's hope that the footprint is similar. Or maybe we'll unlock. Now I don't think I want these corners as round as that. Let's turn off guides. And none of this is permanent. We're just trying to figure out. figure out what we'll do here. Maybe do another one. Let's at least get. Let's pause. Maybe out here. I got to connect the city. Let's connect it right here for right now. Wait, let's use guides. There. This is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting to see if the finished city looks anything like this. I think I want to. Let's stay underground. I like that with the last city. If it'll let me. It may not let me. Different maps. Different maps I've found. That's too tall. Let's do a bit of a curve. Let's do that. going to get rid of this. And I'm going to take this. To there. And I'm going underground. Let's go underground with this, if it'll let me. Let's do that. Let's come out. I hope so. Let's play. That would be cool. Next to the mountain like that. Let's just get some people in. All right. So, mega towers. So the city here, and then instead of just large blocks, let's do some omega out here. Omega out here. Maybe Skybridge. Maybe a Skybridge station. No apartments, just Skybridge. We've got time to figure it out. I just need to get just the basics so that I understand what I'm doing. If the wind is blowing that way, pollution. All right, well, it's a start. We've got to get people in first of all. It's funny, the advisor, we haven't done anything, but the advisor, we are profitable. That's to be seen. All right, well, we've got to start here. We've got to start, and this is finished. Apartments for rent. So let's just get some people in. Kind of go from there.